In this video, we're going to look at compression pedals on the Headrush Pedalboard. Hey guys, I'm Dr. McFarland, and if you want to be a more confident musician, definitely consider subscribing to my channel below, and be sure to click on the bell icon so you'll be notified every time I release new content. So in this video, we're going to add a little bit of compression to our rig here. And so we're going to go into Dynamics and EQ. And let's start off with the Dyne 3 comp. Okay, and I know this has a lot of different parameters we can choose from, but we're going to go through each one, and it's actually pretty easy to understand. It's actually pretty easy to understand once you get into it. So the threshold is the level at which your guitar signal is going to start compressing. Okay, so if we have this all the way up, that means our signal is not going to reach the point of the threshold because you can't go any higher than 0 dB. But you can adjust the gain up and down. So let's turn the gain down. And at this point we have 0 compression and 0 volume boost with the compression on. And with the compression off. All right. So as we bring the threshold down, you hear how compressed it got right there? So let's turn it up. All right, so it kind of starts compressing around the -20 to 25 mark. This bypass. Yeah, especially when I dig in on the strings, you can definitely hear it squishing down a little bit. So what we can do now is bring up the gain just a little bit. Because when a compressor brings down your volume, the gain is going to be your makeup gain. So you can bring back the volume that you lost, but now your signal path is just a little bit more squished. I'm just going to add a little bit more sustain to your overall sound. And that's why I like this compressor a little bit more than the other ones, because I do have a lot more control over how much compression I get and the attack time or whatever else. So the ATT is attack. So with it all the way down, this is 0 milliseconds, so it's almost an immediate clamp down on your signal. But typically 20 milliseconds, I think maybe 19 or 20, is where the human ear cannot distinguish the difference between two different sounds. So we're going to set that to 20. So this is going to allow our attack to poke through, and then it's going to compress after my initial attack time. So with that said, we could probably stand to have the threshold down a little bit more. Turn the gain up. All right. I think we've gone just a little bit too far with that. So let's bring it back. Actually, let's do this. Let's keep it at 30. And now let's adjust the ratio. The ratio of a compressor says when your signal goes over the threshold, the ratio is going to be how much the signal is being turned down. So this is a 4-to-1 ratio. So if it goes over the threshold, let's say by 8, this is going to be turned down 4-to-1. I'm not a math guy, so I don't really know the math right on top of my head, but I'm sure you can figure it out. So let's go ahead and turn the ratio down to 2. Okay. Okay. Turn the ratio back up. Now the knee, if you were to look at a graph of a compressor, the knee is the is where the threshold and the signal kind of slopes together, and the knee is going to make it either soft or hard. So you can see that slope be really sharp, or you can have it be really soft. So it just allows the compression to have a little smoother transition from the compressed signal to the dry signal. Now I have made a suggestion to Headrush that all effects need to have some kind of mix value, so you can mix the dry with the wet. And that'd be great with compressors like this, especially when you're dealing with a like a gray comp that only has 2 different settings. So let's look at the gray comp here. See how compressed that is? And the volume level is already all the way up, and the sustained is just way too much. So if we had an additional mix value down here, we could really spank the signal and then blend in that dry signal so it sounds just a little bit more natural. But, you know, maybe they'll add that in a future update. I'm not quite sure. That's not a bad sound right there. Let's see what it sounds like off. Yeah, it's just too compressed, too fast, and there's no way to compensate with the, there's not a makeup gain or anything. So that's why I typically just use the Dyne 3 comp. It just sounds more natural to my ears, and I have a little bit more control over the overall compression. So, alright guys, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. And until next time, I am Dr. McFarland. I will see you in the next video. Keep rocking. Hey, wait a second. Before you go, be sure to check out the description down below. There's a lot of really cool links. And definitely be sure to check out my website, drmcfarlandstudios.com. See ya.